Well, it seems to certainly be successful for you. Word on the street is that you caught close up to 40 mice in one night. Can you take us through that night, kind of to describe how that happened?
It was actually my first experience using the trap
Excellent.
myself. Yeah. Yeah. In Northwest Reno, there's a lot of new neighborhoods, like I said, being built up on the hillsides. And
Right.
the crawl spaces are pretty unique. You go into a crawl space that's on the bottom floor, and it can sometimes be 8 to 12 feet high. And then it'll sort of taper off to the contour of the hillside to where the end of the crawl space towards the front of the house is maybe closer to a normal crawl space, 2 to 3 feet high. And
Right.
we had identified two main entry points in this house, one in the garage on the west side of the house of them coming in by the water heater, but then one on the other side of the house as well to by the air conditioning unit. Both of those entry points led straight into the crawl space, and they were backed up to the hillside where there was no development behind them. They were exposed to the rest of the mountains that are behind them. So obviously that population was already high to begin with, and they had been in there for quite a while. Even during the inspection, we could see them running on top of the stem walls and taking insulation out and building little nests with it. So we put the bait that comes with the traps that you guys provide, and we started trailing on that from outside all the way to the inside. And there was a stem wall perfectly dividing that tall spot of the crawl space into the front of it. And we placed a trap on either end, screwed it straight into the stem wall, led that bait all the way up to it, and put in the CO2 and let it do its thing. And went back the other night, and it was just crazy because we had also set up sticky traps and snap traps, and we
Yep.
caught some on those as well. So I mean, it was a free for all that night. And I think it was actually 2 days later. It might have been 2 days later, but yeah, we went out that next night or the next night after that. It was just a big pile underneath each trap, and then some
Right.
on those sticky traps and snap traps. So I made it for easy collection as well. So I mean, it was dual purpose, convenience for us. It was easy to catch them, and it was easy to find them. They didn't crawl off and die somewhere with that rodenticide like they usually do.
Excellent. And I mean, that brings me to my next question. What does your team like best about using the trap?
I think a lot of what they like is a lot what we enjoy on the business side of things. It's always nice to know that you're using the latest and greatest.
Hmm.
Instead of using a snap trap any customer could get at a store, we're using specialty equipment. And when using that with rodent knowledge, we have what makes control of pests a lot more successful,
Right.
a lot more fun. And when you're getting consistent information and can give better information, and it just goes all the way down the chain, it just makes work a lot more stress free.